Hey guys, welcome back. In this video lesson, I'll be teaching you common advanced English phrases and expressions you can use at work in English. Throughout this lesson, you'll learn many new phrases and expressions to help you better communicate, be politer, and to advance your vocabulary in work settings. Now, if this is the first time you're here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name's Adriana from EnglishTeacherAdriana.com. I help English learners improve their English, boost their confidence to finally speak English confidently. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications so that you get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your confidence speaking in English. Guys, in this video lesson, there'll be many new phrases and expressions, and to help you remember and use them, I suggest that you use and apply the shadowing technique. So while you're watching this video lesson, make sure to listen and say these new phrases, say the examples out loud with me to help you remember and use them when speaking in English. Go and find yourself a quiet corner and let's begin. Let's begin with annual turnover. Annual turnover. Now, this is the phrase that we use to describe the revenue, how much money was earned in a given year. Annual here is a synonym of the word yearly. We say annual turnover. You can also say yearly turnover. The annual turnover is a lot more polite and a lot more formal. For example, what was the annual turnover for 2019? Again, pronunciation, annual turnover, annual turnover. Now, the phrase bear in mind is a great phrase to be using when you'd like to remind somebody that they should remember something. For example, please bear in mind that we need to follow the instructions our boss gave us. Again, pronunciation, bear in mind, bear in mind. Now, the expression to break off negotiations is a great expression to be using when you'd like to say that you'd like to stop negotiating or stop talks with somebody or even a company. For example, we need to break off negotiations with that company as our situation has changed. So here, instead of saying stop negotiations, break off negotiations is a great expression to be using in this setting. Careful pronunciation, to break off negotiations. To break off negotiations. Now, the phrase to cease trading is a very formal phrase we use to express the fact that you will stop trading with somebody. It can be a country, it can be a company, basically anybody that you do business or you trade with. For example, the US has ceased trading with Iran. So here they have stopped trading. So maybe they've stopped their imports, their exports. They're not working with each other anymore. Careful pronunciation, to cease trading. To cease trading. Now, if you find yourself in a lot of meetings, you may have to chair a meeting. Now, to chair a meeting is an expression we use to express the fact that you lead a meeting. So it could be you, it could be somebody else, they chair a meeting. For example, today Mary will be chairing our meeting. So here she'll be leading our meeting. Careful pronunciation, to chair a meeting. To chair a meeting. Chair, meeting. To chair a meeting. The expression to close a deal is a great expression to use that you have stopped negotiations, you have stopped bargaining because you have come to an agreement. For example, let's aim to close a deal with that company by the end of the month. Careful pronunciation, close a deal. Close a deal. The phrase to close a meeting is a formal way of expressing to end a meeting in English. For example, we will close our meeting with a presentation. So here, instead of saying we will end the meeting, we will close the meeting with a presentation. Again, pronunciation, close a meeting. Close a meeting. If you find yourself in the situation that you'd like to reject an offer, a nicer expression you could use could be the expression to dismiss an offer. Dismiss an offer. Now, this is a very polite, it's a very proper way to express reject an offer. For example, we'll need to dismiss the offer. It's not in line with our vision. Again, pronunciation, dismiss an offer. Dismiss an offer. Now, if you're in a work setting and you'd like to get someone's attention, so you'd like them to pay attention to maybe an idea, a topic, then you could use a phrase, draw your attention to. Draw your attention to. For example, I'd like to draw your attention to this bar in the graph. So here, I'd like you to pay attention to this bar, to this line, and this is the main point here. Careful pronunciation, draw your attention to. draw your attention to. Now, the expression to launch a new product. To launch a new product is a great expression to use to describe a company beginning or starting with a new product. For example, when will we launch a product? So here, when we start promoting, start with the idea of the new product. Careful pronunciation, to launch a product. To launch a product. The expression to lay off staff. To lay off staff is not a positive expression. Guys, if you lay off staff, it means that you fire people. For example, is it really necessary to lay off staff this financial quarter? So here, is it really necessary to fire people this financial quarter? Careful pronunciation, to lay off staff. To lay off staff. Now, to go bankrupt is not a good thing. So if you go bankrupt or a company goes bankrupt, it means that they are unable to pay their debts. For example, we need to take all measures to avoid us going bankrupt this year. So here we need to take all measures to ensure that we are able to pay our debts and not file for bankruptcy. Careful pronunciation, go bankrupt. Go bankrupt. Now, if you begin working with people or organizations, you may go into partnership. Go into partnership. Now, this is a great expression to use to express the fact that you are beginning to work with different people or organizations. For example, we should consider going into partnership with that company. So here, we should consider working with them. Careful pronunciation, to go into partnership. To go into partnership. Now, if a business, company, organization doesn't make any profit, then we could use the expression make a loss to describe the fact that they are not making any profit. For example, the company made a loss last financial quarter. Here, they did not make any profit. Careful pronunciation, make a loss. Make a loss. But if the company did make money last financial quarter, then we could use the expression make a profit. Make a profit. For example, we made a profit last financial quarter. Again, pronunciation, make a profit. Make a profit. You may have also heard of the phrase market forces. Market forces. These are the economic factors which influence the demand, supply, and the price of something. For example, we need to take into account the market forces when making our sales plans. Again, pronunciation, market forces. Market forces. Also the expression sales figures. Sales figures. This is the amount of expenditure, so how much a consumer has spent or bought buying that product. For example, last month's sales figures were down. So here the amount that the company sold last month was down in comparison to the period before. Careful pronunciation, sales figures. Sales figures. Previously we talked about laying off staff, so firing people, but we use a phrase to take on staff to express the fact that we are hiring people. For example, this month we will take on new staff. So here the expression take on staff is used to express the fact that we'll be employing people this month. Careful pronunciation, take on staff. Take on staff. Remember guys that practice makes perfect. Make sure to watch this video lesson a few times. Use and apply the shadowing technique. Listen, repeat out loud to help you remember and use these expressions when speaking in English. Let's take it one step further now by completing a homework task together. Watch this video lesson for the third time and choose 5 new expressions you've come across and use them in a sentence in the comments below this video. Remember guys, if you like this video lesson, please do let me know by smashing that like button. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications so you know, get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your English. Continue learning with me by downloading my free audio guide where I share with you exactly what you need to be doing every single day to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson. Bye for now.